Only I could do it all
taken
over.
more time. Only
I would have taken it.
Follow my instinct.
only I could do it all over.
All over.
Change that one.
Just change that one moment.
It only takes one careless moment, a moment we can never take back, a moment to replay in our heads the rest of our lives, a moment that can change or even take our life. Statistics about farm tractor accidents are numbing, but the most important statistic for any of us is the person we care about, injured in that careless moment. So please, gather your family and fellow workers to invest the next few minutes in your future. The Magnum was designed and built with state-of-the-art technology and craftsmanship. Just as you invested in Magnum to produce a strong financial return, your investment in its safe operation will produce big dividends in protecting your most important asset, you. So let's get started with these operational safety tips. Before you start up your tractor, read and review your operator's manual cover to cover. It says a lot about safety, and when you take the time to read it, you're revealing a lot about your commitment toward safety. It's especially important that the operator is familiar with all controls and understands how each works. And if ever in doubt, ask someone who is knowledgeable about Magnum tractors or consult the operator's manual. Training for new operators should never be do-it-yourself. An experienced operator should pass on both the basics of tractor operation and the basics of safe operation. Some vocational ag schools even offer basic operator training for teenagers and adults. It's important. Statistics demonstrate that younger and inexperienced operators are especially susceptible to farm injuries. Always open the doors before you start your engine to assure proper ventilation and to avoid being overcome by fumes. A frequent cause of injury is slipping and falling off the tractor's steps. So, ensure the cab floor and steps are clear of debris, mud, or ice. And as you enter or exit the tractor, use 3 points of contact for stability. Before you start the engine, make sure your windows are clean for good visibility. Adjust your seat and mirror to get the best view. Be sure all operating controls are in neutral and the transmission is in park. This will eliminate accidental movement of the machine or attachments. Only one person, the operator, should be on the tractor when it's in operation. Resist all temptation to give anyone a ride. A frequent cause of personal injury or death is riders falling off and being run over. Make certain your farm has rules that keep children out of harm's way. Children under 2 and over 13 have the highest farm-related death rates, and most involve tractors. To prevent you from being injured by any of the tractor's moving parts, operate the controls inside the cab only when seated in the operator's seat. Do not start the engine from any place other than the operator's seat under any circumstance, and make sure all bystanders are clear of the area. Wearing the seatbelt when operating your Magnum should not be an option. It should become a habit, just like when driving your car. To protect you in case of accidental upset, always wear your seatbelt secured snugly around your waist at all times. Tractor rollovers are a frequent cause of injury, and not just in hilly country. Where possible, avoid ditches, embankments, steep slopes, and holes, and reduce your speed when operating on rough, slick, or muddy surfaces, and when turning. Another factor important in maintaining tractor control is the differential lock. Do not drive on roads or at high speed anywhere with the differential lock engaged, because difficult turning will occur and can result in an accident. In field operation, use the differential lock for traction improvement, but release for turning at row ends. The differential lock is disengaged by depressing the brake pedal or by turning the differential lock switch off. Normally, for field operation, the brake pedals would not be locked together and used to assist turning at row ends. However, when traveling on the road, the brake pedals must be locked together. This will ensure uniform brake application and maximum stopping ability. Highway collisions, particularly from the rear at night, are ranked as the third most common accident. Collision of high-speed road traffic and slow-moving machines can cause personal injury or death. Be alert to the width of your equipment. Use flashers according to your local laws on the tractor and, if available, on the implement. And keep SMV or slow-moving vehicle emblems visible on both tractor and implement. Don't be a road hog. When safe to do so, pull over and let faster traffic pass. It's both courteous and safer. The implement you pull doesn't merely shadow your tractor on the road, it changes the way you operate it. With a trailed implement, your tractor is heavier and longer, so it is up to you to make certain that a trailed implement without brakes weighs less than your tractor to assure a safe stop for the total weight of both tractor and implement. When traveling at high speeds, never downshift, coast, then release the clutch. If the clutch pedal is released suddenly, it will cause you to abruptly decelerate and could cause you to lose control or jackknife the trailing implement. If sudden stopping is required, use both clutch and brake pedals. If gradual deceleration is needed, either decelerate the engine or shift down one gear at a time, hesitating momentarily at each gear range. Remember, it takes longer to stop when you are pulling a load, especially on hills, slopes, and bad traction conditions such as mud or ice. When you park your Magnum, the implement should be lowered to the ground, and all mechanical locks should be engaged or installed before uncoupling the remote hydraulic hoses. To make sure there is no pressure on the hoses, with the engine running, place the lever in float position. Don't forget to put the lever back in neutral before you get out of the cab. Your Magnum may be equipped with remote switches to raise or lower the three-point hitch from the rear of the tractor. Prior to raising or lowering an implement with the remote switch, the transmission must be in park. The advantage of the remote switch is that it slowly moves the hitch, thus allowing one-person hookup and eliminating the need for two-person communication. The operator must still take care to watch for pinch points between the implement and tractor. Use the three-point hitch only with the implements designed for its use. Rear upset can result if pulling from the wrong location on the tractor. Hitch only to the drawbar. A quick hitch allows you to connect or disconnect implements quickly and easily. Just be certain both latches are fully engaged across the implement lift pins before moving or pulling the implement. Because fingers and hands receive the highest percentage of injuries, be especially alert when closing the quick hitch latches, as they will close with a snap. The Magnum is equipped with either a dual-speed power takeoff or PTO, or a single-speed 1000 RPM PTO. Be sure the implements and the tractor PTO speeds match. Do not use the 540 RPM PTO for implements requiring more than 85 PTO horsepower, or a driveline failure could occur, resulting in injury. The PTO. Highly useful, potentially dangerous. Before working on or near the PTO shaft, put the PTO lever in the disengage position and be sure you stop the engine and take the key. Wait for the shaft to stop rotating and all movement to stop. Only then is it safe for you to get close to the shaft or clear the equipment. There's no reason to ever go near a rotating PTO shaft. Don't get in a hurry. Hurrying causes accidents because you're concentrating on the task at hand instead of your own safety. Stationary PTO work may require the PTO be kept running, so keep clear of all moving parts as they are a potential safety hazard. PTO guards are not a nuisance and not optional. They are there for your protection, so keep all guards in place at all times, including the PTO output shaft safety guard, and all implement drive shaft shields. Their purpose is to prevent injury to you or to bystanders. If the PTO safety guard cover has to be tilted up to accommodate a drive line, remember to lower it back to its original position when you're done. Your Magnum is equipped with a cab air filter, but this does not eliminate airborne hazards such as chemicals used in spraying crops or in weed control. Many chemicals used for these purposes are toxic when improperly used and can be hazardous to operators and others in the area. Follow the instructions of the equipment and chemical manufacturers regarding your personal safety against toxic chemicals in and out of the cab. Another critical risk to your personal safety is fatigue. Studies show that most accidents occur around 10 a.m., 3 p.m., or 8 to 9 p.m. Why? Because fatigue sets in 2 to 3 hours into a work shift. To lessen your risk, try to change your tasks often or take breaks. Before leaving the tractor, put the transmission in park. Lower the implement, put all controls in neutral, and stop the engine. And don't forget the key. Remember to climb down using 3 points of contact with the tractor at all times. Don't jump down. Jumping is a frequent cause of injuries. Now let's highlight some important service safety tips. Check and add coolant at the coolant recovery reservoir when the coolant is cold and the engine is stopped. Do not remove the radiator cap from a hot engine. Scalding can result if the radiator cap is removed while the system is hot. To remove the radiator cap, let the system cool and then turn the cap to the first notch. Wait until all pressure is released before removing. When checking for suspected oil or fuel leaks, do not use your hands. Oil or fuel under pressure can penetrate the skin, causing severe trauma. When checking for suspected leaks of hydraulic hoses, use cardboard or wood, never your hands. When charging a battery or using booster batteries to aid starting, avoid explosion or damage to electrical components by using the positive and negative auxiliary battery terminals. First, connect the positive cable to the positive terminal. Then connect the negative ground cable to the negative terminal. Disconnect the negative ground cable first, so you don't cause a spark at the battery and a possible explosion. Batteries also produce other potential injuries. Battery acid can cause skin burns, blindness, and is poisonous if ingested. If any contact occurs, call a doctor immediately. If you're adding air to your tires, never exceed the pressure recommended in the owner's manual. Repair work on tires and wheels should be done only by people with special training and special safety tools. Because without these tools, tractor tires can explode, causing serious injury. The same thought holds true when servicing your air conditioning system. Leave it to the pros who know how to handle liquid refrigerant, which can cause severe and painful frostbite. When you are operating and servicing your Magnum, we know you will have a lot of other things on your mind. So, safety decals serve as reminders located right on your equipment. When old decals are destroyed, lost, painted over, or unreadable, or when you replace a part that had a decal, protect yourself and others by installing a new decal too. Especially be certain that your SMV emblem can be easily recognized from a distance. All of these decals are there for your safety, reminding you of the safest procedures for everything from starting the engine and operation to avoiding tractor upset, and what to do when you stop the tractor, and more.
In this hurry-up world of ours, we know it was a big commitment for you to take the time to watch this program, and we thank you. But now we want to ask for one more commitment. For the day in and day out safe operation of your Case IH tractor and all other farm equipment. We all tend to get in a hurry, and that's when we're most likely to be a little bit careless. A careless moment is one we can never take back. It's one we may have to replay in our heads for the rest of our lives. A careless moment can change our lives, or even worse, take a life. Don't do this to yourself or to your families. Let's eliminate those careless moments. It's a great day to be a farmer. Let's also make sure it's a safe one.